By now, you probably already know that on April 21st, 2015, Google officially released their mobile-friendly algorithm update. So what does this mean? Well, that's what we're here to answer today. So there's been so many questions surrounding this topic over the last week since this algorithm actually went live that we decided to put together a quick video compiled of the most frequently asked questions. Everything from the rudimentary to the more advanced questions. Everything you need to know about this mobile-friendly update as it pertains to your medical practice. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, when does this algorithm update actually go live? The answer is it already did. It went live on April 21st, 2015. The next question is, what is this algorithm update and who is it going to impact? Okay, good question. So this algorithm update is only going to impact mobile searches, so searches from your mobile device. This is going to have zero impact on a desktop search or even a tablet search. So it's a mobile-friendly algorithm update, which means that Google is looking specifically for sites that are mobile-friendly, which means that your site offers a better user experience on a mobile device, one that's optimized for a smaller screen versus the larger screen of the desktop. Okay, so segueing off our last question, the next question is, if my site is not mobile friendly, is it going to have a negative impact on my desktop searches or on my tablet searches? And the answer is no. Like I mentioned before, this is only a mobile specific algorithm update. So it's dealing specifically with Google's mobile search index, nothing to do with desktop, and at least as of now, nothing to do with a tablet. And a tablet is something like an iPad, if you're not familiar with what a tablet is. So there is a different user experience when it comes to a tablet because it is a smaller screen than a desktop, but not by much. So maybe this is why Google hasn't unrolled it for tablets yet. In the future, who knows? But as of now, it's only mobile searches. The next question is, how do I even know if my site is mobile friendly or not? This is a great question. So the first option is you can go to Google's mobile-friendly testing tool. Now, this is a tool that Google created to tell you whether or not your page is mobile-friendly. So it's not your entire site, it's a page-by-page analysis. But this is great because if it is mobile-friendly, it's going to tell you, awesome, you're great. And if it's not, it's actually going to make recommendations for how you can improve. The second option is an actual site-wide mobile-friendly audit. Now, you can do this in Webmaster Tools. So if you log into Google Webmaster Tools, go to search traffic, and then you go to mobile usability, there'll be an entire page there that you can actually export the report. It will tell you which page is mobile friendly, which page is not, if all of them are mobile friendly, or which pages you need to fix. Okay, and the last option is if you actually search for something on mobile, take for example incredible marketing. If we want to search for incredible marketing in Google on a mobile device, our home page is going to appear. And if it's mobile friendly, it's actually going to tell you next to the snippet in search, mobile friendly. So if your site or your page that you search for has that mobile friendly designation, then it's mobile friendly. Those are the three options. I recommend Google Webmaster Tools, but you can do whatever you like. The next question, and probably the most important question of all, and the question that everybody asks is, does Google favor a mobile responsive site over a separate mobile domain? The answer is no. So currently, Google actually supports three different mobile configurations. The first one is a responsive website. So a responsive website is a website that serves all of the same HTML code no matter what device you're using. So if it's a mobile, if it's a tablet, or if it's a desktop, you're getting all of the same HTML served to Google. However, the layout is what's changing based on the user. So you're trying to optimize the user experience based on the different screen sizes, and using the same HTML for all the devices, all you're doing is using CSS to rearrange things and some other elements as well. Okay, so a separate mobile site would be if you created an entirely different mobilely optimized website on a different domain. So for example, if Incredible Marketing used a mobile separate site, we would put it on m.incrediblemarketing.com. Now these are totally different URLs, right? And even the HTML code is different as well because you're serving a different site essentially. Now, the third option is dynamically serving. Now, what this means is that you're actually using the same URLs based on your mobile site and your desktop version, but you're actually serving different content based on the user. So you're trying to detect whether or not the user agent is coming on a mobile device or on a desktop or on a tablet. And once you identify that using HTML encoding, then you can serve different experiences to different users. Okay, so currently Google supports all three. But I will say that I strongly recommend going with a responsive website because it takes away so much of the pain. There's so many headaches involved with dealing with separate URLs and dealing with serving content dynamically. Just create one site that uses all the same HTML, that uses all the same URLs, and just changes the layout based on the screen resolution. It makes everything so much easier for Google and for the user and for you. Okay, so the sixth question is, didn't Google release a mobile-friendly update in 2013? And the answer is, technically, yes, they did release a mobile algorithm update in 2013, but it wasn't the same one we're talking about now. So back in 2013, the update was that they're going to specifically boost sites that are mobily accessible to the search engine. So this didn't necessarily have anything to do with the user experience and how friendly it was from a user's perspective. This was specifically how well Google can actually get into your mobile site and index it. And if it could get in there and it could access that, then you were going to be favored in search engine rankings versus the sites that weren't. The next question is, okay, it's 2 days past the mobile algorithm update, and I haven't noticed any mobile ranking dips. Does that mean that I'm in the clear and that I'm not going to be negatively impacted by this update? The answer is not necessarily. So Google even told us that it's going to take a couple weeks for this algorithm to actually run its course. You have to remember, there's billions of pages on the web, and Google has to index each one of them and determine whether or not they're mobile friendly. So it's going to take some time to run its course. So before you can definitively determine whether or not you've been impacted by this algorithm, I recommend waiting 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, you're probably going to be in the clear within 2 weeks, but just to be safe, wait 3 to 4 weeks until you can determine whether or not your site's been impacted. Question number 8 is the mobile-friendly algorithm update site-wide or is it page-by-page? So as I mentioned previously, when you test for your website, if it's mobile-friendly under Google's mobile testing tool, it's a page-by-page basis. So the same applies for this actual update. So it is only a page-by-page algorithm update. Now, if you have 30 pages on your website and 10 of those pages are mobile friendly, then those 10 pages are going to rank higher in search, and the other 20 that aren't mobile friendly are the ones that are going to suffer. So page by page is the answer. The next question is, what if I link to a site that's not mobile friendly from my mobile friendly website? Will this negatively impact me? And the answer is no. So Google says that, obviously they would prefer for a mobile site to link to another mobile site, because that user is obviously on a mobile device and you don't want to create some kind of jarring experience. However, they're not going to penalize this. They're not going to penalize you for this. So if you do link out to another site that's a reputable source that somehow adds value to what you're talking about, and it just happens to be that it's not mobile friendly, don't let that discourage you from linking to them. Keep doing it. Okay, the next question is this a real-time or delayed algorithm? And the answer is it's a real-time algorithm. Unlike the Panda or Penguin algorithm updates that happen every 6 months or whenever Google decides they want to manually refresh that algorithm, this algorithm is actually happening in real time. So for example, if your site is not mobile friendly today, but tomorrow you decide to make edits to it and you fix your mobile friendly issues, well then as soon as Google reindexes your site or those pages or the page that you fixed, that page is going to now be mobile friendly. Now there's a caveat. You may see a slight delay in when you actually receive that mobile designation that we talked about earlier, but immediately as soon as Google reindexes that page, you will be mobile friendly. Question number 10 is, if I make my site mobile friendly today, how long will it take Google to pick up on those changes? Like we mentioned before, this is a real-time algorithm update, so it's happening in real time. However, early tests show that it takes about 3 hours to 72 hours. So you have a grace period of up to 3 days, maybe a little longer, until these mobile-friendly updates actually take effect. Now, keep in mind, Google is actually going through your site. They're crawling your site to find out whether or not your site is mobile-friendly. So start with your most important pages first, and then go from there. Question number 11 is, will Google News, local results in the news, or videos be impacted by this algorithm? It's a good question. The answer is no. As of today, at least, this algorithm update is only going to affect Google's core search results. So not local results, not news, not Google Now, nothing else, at least as of today, only the core results. Okay, question number 12 is, can you be partially mobile friendly according to Google? The answer is no. It's a yes or no question. So when Google comes to your site and they actually crawl it and they index your site and they're looking for whether or not a page or the pages on your site are mobile friendly, it is a yes or no question. There is no partial. There is no, okay, this page is 60% mobile friendly, so we're not going to knock this as much as this page that's 40% because it's a little better. There's none of that happening. It's yes or no. The next question is, when this is all said and done, how much of an impact is this going to have on my site? The answer is, we don't know. We don't know for sure. At least right now, we don't know. I'm sure in a few months when a lot of the SEO gurus publish their tests, we'll know more definitively how much this impacted your site, but as of right now, we don't know for sure. However, Google did say in an official statement that this is going to have a greater effect than both the Penguin and the Panda updates, which did affect a large portion of the web. So a lot of people are saying right now it could affect anywhere from 10 to 12% of the internet at large. The next question is, what if my site provides the best answers, but I'm not mobile friendly and I'm not a large brand? So this is a great question. This is one of the first questions that I had when I heard about this mobile friendly update. The answer is your site still can rank #1 for a particular search query, even though your site's not mobile friendly. Now let me peel this back a little bit. So there's still 200 plus factors in Google's algorithm, mobile friendliness just being one of them. So if your site isn't mobile friendly, but you're still providing the best answers, it's still possible that you can rank #1. However, it's highly unlikely if your competitors are also answering the same questions. If you don't have any competition and you're providing the best answers, don't worry about mobile friendliness. But I wouldn't leave that to chance. The chances are that you have a lot of competition, or at least some competition, and they're going to steal that traffic away from you if your site's not mobile friendly and theirs is. The next question has to do with mobile site speed. So if my mobile site is slow but my desktop site is fast, will I be negatively impacted? And the answer is yes and no. So Barry Schwartz says that no, you will not be impacted because a lot of desktop signals still power mobile rankings, site speed being one of them. So if your desktop site is fast, you don't need to worry about this on your mobile. However, I'm going to tell you that yes, you do need to worry about this. Google says in an official article about the top reasons why your site may not be mobile friendly, that site speed is in fact one of those issues. Now, if you have a slow page load, this is a user experience problem, and Google is looking at user experience with this mobile friendly update. So yes, worry about site speed. If your mobile site speed is not fast, you need to fix that. I hope this video made one thing clear, that Google is so obsessed with the user experience, right? And for good reasons. Google makes their money off of giving their visitors the best answers. And if their answers are for some reason compromised on different devices, like a mobile device versus the tablet versus a desktop, well, then the user experience is compromised and they are going to potentially lose money by people going to Bing or Yahoo or some other search engine. Okay? Google is still the top dog, and they're going to remain the top dog for who knows how long, probably forever. But if there's one thing I can tell you right now, and there's one thing I want you to take from this, is that the user experience needs to be at the heart of anything you do online to help support your SEO. Okay, stop thinking about the checklist SEO stuff. Stop thinking about how you can manipulate certain internal links or get backlinks and do all this different stuff. Start thinking about what your user needs and how you can use content to solve those user needs and your business goals. If you're not doing that, if you're not solving for your user needs, then you're not solving for Google, and you're not going to rank in search. So start there, and start there. I hope you enjoyed.